Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. It's been a while since we discussed a federal court ruling involving a kababayan. Yes, isa pong kababayan natin. Ang pag-uusapan natin, although okay, for this discussion, I will keep her name anonymous. Iiwasan ko lang kasi, no, baka merong ilan sa inyo dyan, hanapin pa ang kanyang profile on social media at sabihin na kung ano-anong hindi magaganda, hindi po natin gusto yan, ha? So, I will keep the name anonymous. Ang lesson lang naman po ang habol natin, no, dito sa discussion na ito. This is a federal court ruling from a few months ago, September 2025. Yan, okay. Yung applicant po, ang ating kababayan, nagpunta po siya ng federal court matapos una ma-refuse yung kanilang sponsorship application. Tapos inappeal pa nila, no, pero na-deny din kasi yung kanilang appeal. And then that's when they went to federal court. Ito po yun, itong pag-uusapan natin. So the applicant seeks judicial review of a decision of the Immigration and Refugee Board, Appeal Division, which found that she failed to demonstrate na yung kanyang marriage sa isa pong Egyptian national was genuine and not entered into primarily for immigration purposes. Okay, she failed to demonstrate na genuine daw ang kanilang marriage. Okay? Ito pong applicant, a citizen of Canada who was born in the Philippines, her spouse is Egyptian. Alamin natin ang kanilang love story, no? Siyempre, inuungkat din yan ng mga immigration officer kapag sila po ay may duda sa inyong marriage. Okay, she testified, itong ating kababayan, na na-meet daw niya si principal applicant. Okay, so si applicant, yung kababayan nating citizen, principal applicant, yung sinusponsor po niyang asawa from Egypt. She met the principal applicant in October 2020. In October 2017, while living in different locations. Long distance pala, no? Her in Canada and him in Egypt. Nag-meet daw sila for the first time in person nung siya ay nagpunta sa Egypt nung May 2018. Okay? May 1, 2018 dumating, nagpakasal May 7. In a week's time, no, after their first meeting, nagpakasal na daw po sila. Yeah. And then after that, nag-apply na po sila ng kanilang spousal sponsorship application. Kasama dun sa application, ang dalawa raw pong dependent children nung mister na taga-Egypt. Okay, pinapunta raw po si principal applicant, yung asawa, for an interview in May 2022. So it took a while, ano? 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, before the interview happened. The officer refused the application on the basis of, ito yan, okay? Basically saying that the marriage was entered into primarily for the purpose of acquiring any status and that the marriage is not genuine. Nag-appeal raw si applicant, yung ating kababayan. The applicant appealed the visa officer's decision sa IAD, yung Immigration Board. Nagkaroon ng hearing nung June 2024 and of course, inopose ang appeal at yun, wala pa rin pong nangyari. So, hindi pa rin po na-overturn, kumbaga, yung decision. Pag-usapan natin yung mga dahilan kung bakit po, no? Pati yung appeal ay na-dismiss. Yan. In summarizing its decision, according to the Immigration Board, ito po ang kanilang mga napansin. The couple do not speak the same language. They had language barriers when their relationship began. And within months of meeting, they got married. Ang bilis daw rin nagpakasal. Isa pang nag-raise ng questions, ano? They vaguely described how they arrived at the point of marriage, and it raises concerns about the genuineness and primary purpose of their relationship. Hindi raw po nila maipaliwanag ng husto, no? Siguro yung journey nila sa pagpapakasal. Pinoint out rin dito that key members of the guy's family did not attend the wedding, and it was not reasonably explained. Additionally, the couple, sabi dito, were not credible about when the decision to marry was made. I can only guess, no? Tinanong siguro sila, kailan kayo nag-decide magpakasal? Mukhang yun no? Siguro hindi po tugma ang kanilang sagot. Moreover, the principal applicant, ito din, has pull factors to Canada. Meron daw dahilan para mag-immigrate itong si Egyptian. Two of his siblings live in Canada, and it was one of them that introduced him to the appellant. All right. When taken together with the hastiness of the marriage and the vague information about how the decision to marry was arrived at, it points to a primary purpose of immigration. At ang nangyari po no, for the immigration board, hindi na patunayan nung appellant, nung ating kababayan, na mali yung naging desisyon nila. She failed to discharge the onus on her to show her marriage to the principal applicant is genuine and not entered primarily for immigration purposes. Nakanote rin po dito, no? The couple only saw each other twice since marrying in 2028. From 2028 until the time of the hearings daw in 2023. And they had in total spent less than 2 months together in person. Meron pong mention dito no sa naging depensa nung mag-asawa tungkol sa mga pinupuna po sa kanila. Now, curious ako guys dun sa issue nga ng may language barrier. Isa po yun sa nakikitang red flags, Kasi nga naman, mahirap nga naman patunayan na kayo ay nasa isang magandang pagsasama kung hindi kayo nagkakaintindihan, ang paliwanag daw nung mister, okay, he spoke English to his wife with the assistance of a translation app when needed. Ang hirap naman nun. The officer conducted a portion of the interview in English, and the officer's notes indicate that the principal applicant struggled to understand and respond to a handful of questions that followed in English. Okay, and so the officer then went back to conducting the interview in Arabic. So, tinesting talaga, yung English skills na meron. It's unclear to me if they allowed the use of a translation app. Pero, sinabi nga, he struggled to understand and respond in English. Meron din pong paliwanag si principal applicant tungkol dun sa kung bakit mabilis sila, agad-agad po silang nagpakasal. Sabi dito, the principal applicant said that in Egypt, it is normal to marry quickly. And he also argued that the marriage was entered hastily because they're already in their 40s. So hayaan na. Kasi nga naman, may 40s na daw. Hayaan na silang magpakasal lang agad-agad kung gusto nila. Alright. Unfortunately, kahit na sinabi po yun, ang sabi ng Immigration Board, there was little to no detail on how the relationship developed to the point of marriage so quickly given the distance and incompatibilities. In-acknowledge din daw nung appeals board na yes, advanced in age na sila, but despite this, they would expect the couple to allow some time to get to know each other before getting married. It went on to note that marriage is a big decision in life. Age and inability to travel due to work are not enough reasons to rush into it. So those are the main points raised in this case. The court sided with the appeals board. Sabi dito, the application for judicial review is dismissed. The applicant has not identified, walang naiturong reviewable error. Okay? And has not discharged her burden to demonstrate that there were sufficient shortcomings to warrant the court's intervention. Okay, I wonder if they're giving it another shot, Kung tatry pa rin po nitong ating kababayan na ipaglaban ang kanilang spousal sponsorship. Summarize po natin yung mga red flags. These factors combined convince them na pinasok lang po itong pagsasamang ito for immigration purposes. Okay. So una, yung language barrier. Pangalawa, yung mabilis nilang pagpapakasal tapos hindi raw nila maikwento ng maganda kung paano sila nakarating sa desisyon na magpakasal. Yun yung parang kumbaga meron silang inconsistent testimony about the foundation of their marriage, no? And then, finactor in din po yung pamilya nung lalaki sa Canada na maaring yun ang pull factors. Meron siyang dahilan para mag-immigrate to Canada. Okay, so that is it. What do you guys think about this? Ang tagal rin talaga pala napaprocess, kapag ang iyong spousal sponsorship is under review. Imagine 2018 sila nag-file ng spousal sponsorship. Okay, and then na-conclude lang itong federal court decision, natapos to 2025. So many years of waiting kapag talagang iniimbestigahan ng inyong spousal sponsorship application, and in this case, na-refuse pa. Okay, so that is it for this episode. Let me know what you guys think. I'll end this episode here. Bye!